So I just woke up and what's that? Damn, I need to shave, but I think I'll do it later. Just kidding. Let's do it right now. If you clicked on this video, chances are you procrastinate, and don't worry, I myself procrastinate as well. So that's something we'll deal with together. So for this week, we are focusing on procrastination, and I'm currently writing right now because this has something to do with how I plan on beating procrastination. Bro, I want you to answer this question honestly. Why do you procrastinate? It is the reason why I write. It's because this mindset probably has reasons behind it, and that's something I want you to figure out as well. Let me guess, you probably procrastinate because you don't know what to do, the task is difficult, or maybe you're just uncertain on how to do it. If I guessed right, make sure to leave a like. By the way, don't pop your pimples, bro. This looks weird. Alright, let's take a thumbnail. Let's go. So these thumbnails are looking great. As you could see, it has gotten dark. When I reflect later, I'll show you how I plan on beating procrastination. So it's almost bedtime, so I'll make this short. I just finished doing a reflection and I'll talk about it here. At night, I try to make it a habit to plan what I want to do tomorrow. For example, I will do a push workout tomorrow as well as edit the video. That's pretty standard and routine, but I want to write it down just so I could remember it the moment I wake up because we tend to be a bit forgetful in the morning. Planning your day ahead of time gives you some sort of intention. In my experience, I tend to procrastinate because I just don't know what to do or I just go with the flow and it makes me a bit uncertain at times. I believe that specificity also plays a part here wherein when you have a specific task to do at a very specific time, you are more likely to do it. And that's something I learned in Atomic Habits. For my example, I will do my push workout after lunch. That's pretty specific. So yeah, that is for the second tip. Just plan out your day, specify what you need to do and what time you need to do it. Also, I haven't mentioned why this mindset of I'll do it later is slowly killing your potential, if that's what I said. If you keep telling yourself that you'll do it later, the easier it is for you to say it again in the future. And the more you say it to yourself, the more it becomes a habit. And it's going to be a habit that is going to be hard to break out of if you've been doing it for lots and lots of times already. And the reason this is dangerous is because it just simply wastes your time. And if you want to make progress, it requires time, which means that if you lose time, you also lose progress. And the way you could achieve your potential is to make progress. And that shows you that time and your potential are connected. So don't waste your time because somehow you will regret it. Anyways, it's time to go to bed. I'll put this back. Then just put this to the side. Then call it a day. I'm cooking breakfast. It's a bit burnt, but what's life without a little bit of fire? So yeah, I'll reflect after eating this. Alright, so I just got done doing another reflection and it might not seem like it, but I kind of procrastinated for an hour. So yeah, I wrote about it and I'll talk about why. There is this one task that I am scared of doing and it is recording videos out here because my dad usually just sits over there and I feel like he is listening to what I say. And the reason I am scared is because I feel like he is like secretly judging me, if you know what I mean. And hey, as you could see, this relates to tip number 1, wherein I am trying to figure out why I procrastinate. And for my example, it turns out it's just because of the fear of judgment. So I wrote down my plans here for today. And the plan is, I will edit the video after lunch, and then once my food has digested, I will do my push workout, and then after the workout, I'll just continue to edit the video, and then around after dinner, maybe I'll try to learn on something, maybe skincare or something like that. I don't know.
Stop the cap.
Anyways, I'm gonna go eat lunch first. Do you know that feeling when you're just so full after lunch and you feel like you could just pass out? That's something I'm fighting right now. I feel like I could pass out, to be honest. Anyways, as much as I want to just rest, I have my editing software open over here, and you know what, let's just start. So it's already 3 p.m. and I made some progress on this edit. The video kind of seems a bit long, so I'll focus on cutting that down later, but for now, let's do a push workout. So I'm outside just trying to cool down, and to be honest, I had this very tempting urge a while ago and I actually gave in. And it goes to show you that I'm not perfect, but the post-nut clarity just hits like a truck though, and I'm just trying to soften the blow and just trying to ground myself just so I wouldn't spiral into guilt, shame, and regret. I thought I had it all figured out, but life kind of humbles you in so many ways that you can't even be aware of it. So I'm just giving myself some time to breathe, and once I'm done here, I'll just bounce back as quickly as I could. So I decided to bounce back by just doing lots and lots of reflections, and some of them has to do something with tip number 3. And this is something that you could just keep in mind when it comes to dealing with procrastination, and it is just better to face things now than to face things later. The responsibilities that you have, as well as the tasks that you need to do, it is much more better to face them now. This is because if you decide to put them off, to decide and just decide to do them later, you would find yourself like rushing and stressing out, and you'll be in a much more uncomfortable situation. Not only are you stressed and uncomfortable, but you'll also end up just half-assing your tasks as well as your responsibilities, and this is because you're just rushing them. Especially when you have deadlines, by the way. Unlike if you were to face things now, you would have much more time in your hands and you'll have more breathing room, and that means that there's no sense of like urgency when it comes to getting tasks done. And because you have so much time to focus and to work, you'll end up with better results than if you were to just rush them. So in short, if you're faced with responsibilities as well as tasks, just do them as soon as you could, maybe even right now. Because the sooner you face it, the more time you have to focus and to work, and the better results you'll get. Unlike if you were to just put them off to the side and just decide to rush them later on. Alright, to be honest bro, I'm tired, and yeah, I'll just see you guys tomorrow. Bro, I don't feel like recording, so I just decided to edit the video. I don't plan on recording that much today, and that's because I just want to catch up with the edit, and I'll show you guys right now. This is how much progress I made today, and I'm trying to catch up to this point right here. It may not seem much, but that still falls within my plan for today. But while I was editing a while ago, I came to a realization wherein everything planned doesn't always go as planned. But does this mean that we're screwed? Well, actually, not really. That's why I'm here to share the 4th tip, which is to just plan again. I'll explain this tip with a scenario. Let's say it's late at night and you're making plans for the next day. And then you're so excited that you slept, and then unexpectedly you woke up and you're very sick. So what do? Do you do nothing? Of course not. You just adjust. That's what I mean by planning again. It's a way of checking if you're good to go or if you're like feeling like it in a way, if that makes sense. If you're feeling sick, adjust your plans. Just try to do something else that is much more manageable. But if you're feeling good, if you're in the groove of things, then double down on that plan you just made the other night. Just like yesterday, I told you guys that I plan on studying skincare, but then some other things came up. So I just decided to sit down and do some reflections. Because of that thing that happened yesterday, I sort of fixated so much on that mistake, and I had a hard time forgiving myself. And I couldn't even like manage to have some time to like think about studying other things, which is why I just decided to adjust my plans. If I were to put this tip simply, I would just tell you to improvise. In a way that is productive, of course. Anyways, I'll just edit the video and record some B-roll, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Can't you believe it? It's already May and 4 months just flew by that quick. That's just amazing, you know? At the same time, scary. But hey, I'll be honest with you, I didn't plan this video that much because those tips that I came up with, I literally just came up with them on the spot. Yeah, I think I'm about to come up with another one, which is the last one for this video, because I just plan on ending the video here because I think that it's getting a bit too long already. For the 5th tip, just keep this in mind. You will not regret not procrastinating, if that makes sense. If you've procrastinated before, I'm sure that you could relate to this feeling we're in. If you're catching up on things that you put to the side, there's this looming sense of regret at the back of your head, and it's kind of a bit bothersome. Maybe this is because you start to realize how difficult your task is, and this is when you start to wish that you had more time to just figure things out, you know? But hey, the beauty of this is that you can do something about this, and you could just get things done way earlier if you make that choice. And then it's a difficult choice to make, but if you do make it, it's one of the most fulfilling choices that you could ever make. And one of the things I tell myself these days is to just go after the things I truly want and go after the things that fulfill me and leave no regrets behind. And now I am here telling you to do the same thing. Okay, so that's for tip number 5. Now, I'll end the video here, but first let me do something real quick. Let's try to make sure that the folds are perfect on this one. And there you go. You know, I was trying to think of ending this video in a very poetic way, and this is what I thought of. I'll just throw this out there somewhere. I only get one shot at this. Let's not mess this up. Goodbye. Oh damn. Just took a nosedive. So yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys learned something, even though I just came up with these tips on the spot. Even though it is not perfect, it has worked for me so far, and I hope that it helps you guys as well. Anyways, I'll go finalize this video as best as I could, and yeah, that's all for the video. Thank you guys for watching, as well as for all of the love and support. It really means a lot. If you learned something, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, new videos every Saturdays. And with that all said, thank you guys once again, and I'll see you next week. You got this, guys. Love you.